Hey, what is up, guys? It's Kevin back in with a quick new video just showing you guys what I've been doing and what I've been working on. Now, today's video is a video that I've been asked to do for a while, and I just, just getting around to it right now. But people were wondering what is my top 5 choices of import project cars that's overpriced. So there are a lot of them out there. There are a whole lot of them out there. So I put together 5 that I thought that they're really not worth what people are asking for. And in most of these cars, the price ranges go from okay for a junker all the way to super incredible prices that these cars are just not worth it. Now, that being said, I'm not saying that the cars are bad. I'm not saying that the cars are not reliable or fun or fast or whatever it is. I just think, in my personal opinion, these 5 cars, people just, when they have them, they want to sell them for crazy prices because they believe that these cars are worth their weight in gold. So let's jump into it with my number 5 choice. My number 5 choice is going to be a Nissan 240 SX. Now I'm going to put all the stats on the pictures here, and you can look at those and kind of compare. The Nissan 240 SX is a cool car. The issue with these cars is you can get some, and prices are kind of all over the place. You can get one that's kind of junked out for around $3 grand. People are actually asking like $2,500 for shells. And a super clean one, I've seen them anywhere from $6,000–7,000 all the way up to like $12,000. Just incredible prices. And for me, it's definitely not worth it. Now, number 4 on this list is going to be the Toyota MR2. Now, I've actually owned every single car that's on this list. Toyota MR2 is a good vehicle. It's a fun vehicle to drive. It's a rear-wheel drive, rear-mounted engine. So on wet surfaces, it's kind of twitchy. It's not really practical because it only has 2 seats. But then again, you don't buy a car, sports car, to be practical. You do it to have fun and enjoy the car itself. Now, like I said, these cars are cool. The MR2 is a cool car, and there's not many of them around. The biggest downside to an MR2 is if you get one and you wreck it, or you need a body panel or something like that, it's really hard to come across exterior parts. Now, for engine parts, you can find those pretty easily. I've seen these range anywhere, and we're only talking about the turbo models because the NA models you can get for about $2,500 to $3,000. The turbo models, like I said, it's all over the place. I've seen them for $6,500 all the way up to $11,000, $12,000, $13,000. In my opinion, yes, it is a fun car, but it definitely isn't worth that kind of money. Okay, and number 3 on this list is going to be the FD Mazda RX7. These are really fun cars. Like I said, I've owned one before. They are quick cars. If you look at the stats, they are quick cars. They're light cars, basically perfectly balanced cars. About 3 years ago, you could well, not 3 years ago, probably about 5 years ago, you could actually get one of these cars in decent condition for about $13,000. Now, for some reason, ever since Tokyo Drift and all that stuff came out, these cars are just skyrocketing. And yes, they're going to be a classic car, 15, 20 years down the road. And I've seen them anywhere from, now, I see them anywhere from 22, 23,000 all the way up to like 60-something thousand, which, like I said, great cars, but definitely not worth that price. Now, the FD RX7 does have a few issues with oil consumption, really bad gas mileage, flooding out, apex seals, and mostly all mechanic shops, normal mechanic shops, won't work on the car, so you'll have to find a specialist or learn how to work on the car yourself. So maintenance prices are going to be through the roof. But overall, definitely not worth what people were selling them for. Okay, and coming in at number 2 is going to be the Mark IV Toyota Supra. A lot of you guys might think, well, that's kind of surprising because I myself love Toyota Supras, but it's the best performing car. It's one of the heavier cars. It's the best performing, 0 to 60 quarter-mile horsepower. The engine is rock solid, reliable. But the issue is the Toyota Supra is basically the body of a Supra on a SE300 chassis from Lexus. Now, the Lexus, of course, doesn't have the turbo on it, but if you had to compare the 2 cars, I would go with the SE300 over it, just because when you look at the pricing of these cars, and think back before 2001, before the first Fast and Furious came out, people didn't really give a shit about the Supra until that came out. So everybody started jacking up their prices, and right now the prices are crazy, insane prices. Now, with the horsepower, The speed, the 0 to 60 performance, yes, it's good. But people are asking anywhere from $60,000 to $105,000 for these cars. And it's just not worth it. You know, yes, it is a good car. Yes, it is a fun car. Yes, it is a rare car. But when you put everything together, this car is definitely not worth that amount of money. Okay, so here we are finally at number one. What is it going to be? This car, I knew it was going to be number one even before I started doing the video, but it is a AE86 Toyota Corolla. If you look at the stats here, this is the worst performing, lowest horsepower, lowest quarter mile time, lowest 0 to 60. It's a very, very slow car. Yes, it is popular due to Initial D and stuff like that. And this is like another thing that I was just saying. Nobody cared about it until Initial D got big here in the U.S. Now there are not many for sale, and I see them. I seen one on eBay that was over 5,000. I want to say it was like 5,900 with a gutted interior. The car didn't run. Needed a timing belt. Needed all this type of stuff for $6,000. Now I do see clean ones going for anywhere from 9,000 to about 12,000, which for the performance of this car, no. I mean, my Miata will outperform, and I pay $400 for it. So it's just completely and utterly overpriced. It's kind of a style thing, a culture thing when you buy one of those cars, because you don't buy it for the performance. You buy it basically for the name, AE86, which is why I say this car is number one on my list. Definitely not worth what people are asking for it. Okay guys, well that's my top 5 overpriced import project vehicles, and I hope you liked the video. I hope you like this style of video. If you think I missed something, you think I got something wrong, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and ring that bell so you can get a notification every time I upload a video. And I'm pretty much out. I'll talk to you guys later.